Hello, House Hunters. It's Donnie Corum with Colorado Springs ForeclosureDeals.com. Today we're standing in front of 8920 Christy Court. Now this is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home in the Claremont Ranch area, loosely located off of 24, kind of the Mark Shuffle area in the eastern part of Colorado Springs. This is really easy access to Carson, really easy access to Peterson Air Force Base, and you're going to gain a ton of equity in this home on a house built in 2004 that just doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of work. Guys, you're going to love the Christy property. Let's get to it. Christy is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home with about 2,700 square foot of living space. As we walk into that living space, you'll notice here you got this big formal living room area, if you will. You can set the couches out. The freestanding fireplace is a nice touch off to the side there. And those, in addition to looking really cool, they also give off a great deal of heat. So that'll be a nice comforting place to sit. We're now standing in the dining room area, which walks obviously into the backyard. Nice, bright, very open area, floor plan, tons of square footage in this house, and an amazing price, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. We're looking into the kitchen now, and as you can see, the kitchen's a pretty decent size. You've got a walk-in pantry off in the distance there, a lot of cabinet space, linoleum floors. The appliances that are here are included with the deal, and then you have a half bath off of the kitchen here for the guests. So that's basically the upper level of Christy here on the main level. From here, we're going to head on down and check out the basement area. A little hard to see down here, but I want you to get a feel for the finished basement before we go. So let's check out the basement. We're downstairs in the Christy property. The basement is finished, adding to the total 2,700 square foot of living space. This is kind of your great room. This would make a nice game room or a theater room. Just to hang out with the kids, etc., that sort of place. And then you have a bedroom down here. This is the 4th bedroom in the house. Pretty nice size, and this was actually a pretty good finish job. Best I can tell, this was not builder finish, so I think this was a homeowner finish, but for a homeowner finish, I would say they did a pretty good job. Everything looks relatively accurate and to code. We'll verify that, of course, if you decide you want to buy the property. At this point, though, looks to be in good shape, and then we're not going to be able to see this because it doesn't show well on camera, but come along, you'll see off into the distance here, on your right, you've got your, well, all the way back, you'll find the utility room, and then here, we'll try to get a little of this, you've got a 3/4 bath, which is nice if you have guests that are staying over. They can crash down here in the lower basement. They have their own bathroom down here, and nice if you have family coming over to stay with you for the holidays or things of that nature. You got a nice place to put them and a little bit of privacy for them as well. So that's the finished basement in Christy. We're going to check out the upstairs. In the Christy property. Now on the upper level, we're going to have 3 bedrooms, the master bath, and a secondary bath for the guests. So let's start here in the master. And as you can see, the master is very bright, it's very open, lots of square footage in here. You got a little nook off to the side. Great place to put your bed against that wall, maybe a nightstand or the other way around. To the back here, we have the master bath. So you got a dedicated master suite complete with dual sinks, nice cabinets, it's carpeted throughout here. Huge walk-in closet and an isolated toilet room right off to the side here. So there's the master. There's a lot of nice amenities to buying something that was recently built. You get much more in the line of attached master baths, you get more square footage for your money, and the house is more fuel efficient. So several benefits to buying something in this era as opposed to something built in, say, the 70s or the 80s. This is the first of the secondary bedrooms. Now, in this bedroom, the only real problem is the paint, so you'd probably update that, just modernize that a bit. Other than that, the carpet could use a good cleaning. You've got really nice access to the views out east here from this bedroom. Kind of see a great distance because you're heading out to the east, so there's not much development there yet. Continuing on, we have the secondary upper bath, and the secondary upper bath has linoleum floors, a nice sink area there. Not much to do here. Again, we're going to modernize this by painting it, just updating it just a little bit, fixing the small nooks and crannies that are normal on a used home like this. But we're not looking at investing a lot of money, but we are going to gain a lot of money. We'll talk about the equity spread on this one in a bit. And this is the final bedroom upstairs. So another upstairs bedroom about the same size as the last, plenty of window space, very bright. Despite the fact that there are no utilities on in this property, because we're kind of dealing with a warmer day, it feels very warm and comfortable in these rooms because the house is well insulated. The windows are well insulated. So this is going to do a good job of keeping you warm when you want to be, cool when you want to be, without having to spend a lot on your utility bill. Again, another benefit to buying a more modern home. We're going to check out the backyard on Christy and then get you going. Come along. We're out back at 8920 Christy. Now behind us is Highway 24. So just give you an idea on where you're located geographically. You hop on 24 from here, you can get to Peterson Air Force Base in just a couple of minutes. You go a little bit further south, you're about 20 minutes away from Fort Carson from this point. Let's talk about this deal. The backyard's a pretty nice space, but one thing I want to point out to you is the stucco exterior on this property. Now, when the builder built this, stucco was roughly a $12,000 to $15,000 add-on option. That's included for you because you're buying this as a foreclosure. Let's recap Christy and get you going. We got a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home with 2,700 square feet of living space. Generally speaking, we could sell this house pretty easily for about $220,000, maybe $225,000. That's about what that square footage is worth in the Claremont Ranch area. However, if you act quickly, we can get you into this property on Christy for only $185,000. For those of you number crunchers out there, that works out to a payment that's just below $1,000 a month for 2,700 square feet of living space. But two things have to happen. You got to get involved quickly because interest rates are low, and houses like Christy with this much square footage for this price simply will not hang out for very long. So how do you do it? Head out to ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Still the best resource for finding the best deals on foreclosures in and around the area. You got to register there. You'll get instant updates of properties like Christy, but if you want this specific home, you got to call us immediately so we can schedule a showing and get you into this house. With that, this is Donnie Coram, ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.